Welcome back. Marie Mapendo has been living in South Africa as an asylum seeker from the DRC since 2009. She last saw her biological family when she was 16 years old in 1996 after fleeing the city of Goma following violence. Now, while living in South Africa, Marie was able to trace her sister via the International Committee of Red Cross Restoring Family Links. Irene Mutombwa-Shumba is head of programs at the South African Red Cross Society and joins us to tell us more about this initiative. Irene, thank you so much for joining us this evening. A silver lining for, of course, Marie, who was reunited with her family after not seeing them since 1996. Tell us a little bit more about her.
Yeah, it was a really a groundbreaking incident when the South African Red Cross, through the International Committee of the Red Crescent, Red Cross, managed to assist her in facilitating the processes of restoring family links with her family. It hasn't been easy. You would understand that as a migrant, she had many challenges that she was facing, let alone, missing to connect with her family. But of course, through the services which we provide as the Red Cross movement, especially on restoring family links, which include free phone call services, also assisting the tracing process across borders, ensuring that the people who have lost their contacts with their loved ones, they are able to trace and link and connect with them. So it was really a success on also even on her side, to ensure that she managed to reconnect with her family after such a long time.
And as you're speaking, Irene, we've got those visuals of her having a conversation, a video phone conversation as well, when she did connect with her sister and when they did also connect in person. One, I mean, can't just, help but be gleeful when you see that reunion between these siblings. We know that she comes from a family of 12 brothers and sisters, and having not seen her family in that long, she must have also lost hope that she would one day see them, and it must be quite worrisome not knowing whether they dead or alive. And that's where this app comes in very handy. If you could just explain to our viewers, Irene, how does it work? When Marie comes to the Red Cross International Committee, and then what? Take us through it.
So with the Red Safe app, it's an app that we are promoting as the Red Cross movement globally. Of course, as South Africa Red Cross and other Red Cross and Red Crescent networks supported by the International Committee of the Red Cross. So with this app, it is a digital app that assists the people who are on the move to be able to ensure that they profile their key documents safely. Even sometimes during peaceful times, we encourage people to access that app and download it and utilize it to load their key documents. So it then helps, it comes in handy when people are displaced, whereby they are able then to download their documents and being able to utilize them when they need them most. More so, the Red Safe app, it's also a digital app that is very useful, especially for people on the move when they find themselves in a place maybe where they do not know. Once they are exposed to that app, even prior to their displacement, it also helps them then to check where they can get services, especially what we call access points. Whether it's a nearby Red Cross unit or a Red Cross office, or even other services that are available within the geographical area which they find themselves in. It might be even a police station, for example, or a health center, or any other organization that may be in a position to help them, depending on the needs which they require.
Quite moving indeed. And speaking of the officers as well, that is one of the resources that Maria also used too. And I want to quote what she said once she finally thought she had discovered what we do know now was her actual biological sister. She said she was once checking on the app and she found a lady who looked a lot like her sister. She was pretty sure that it was her sister. I was so excited that I quickly took a 2-hour walk to the ICRC office in Pretoria to show them the photo of the person who looked like my sister. So even though it is an app, like you're explaining as well, the services also extend to the offices too.
Yes, more so because it is an app that we are using especially to assist people who might be displaced or people who might not be aware of services around them. It is also an app where we use what we call tracing the face. So it is a program where everyone who is looking maybe for their loved ones, they are able to submit their photo. Also people who are looking for their loved ones, they are able to access their those type of photos, of course, through the guidance that they get through the Red Cross movement. So this facilitation then will assist the missing person to be connected with their loved ones, because people are able then to read, maybe it might be having a brief of a background of the person's who is shown on the picture, and people are able to then relate and try to trace their family and their loved ones. Then we assisted them in the process as South Africa Red Cross and also the Red Cross and Red Crescent movement through the support of the ICRC to ensure that maximizing on our Red Cross movement, which is a global network, then we are able then to reach out to different countries and connect people with their loved ones.
And in speaking of maximizing on that too, so I'm just, the more submissions, the better, of course. Then the more pictures, the more detail that you'll have, the more Marias you'll have to reconnect with people. And when you think of places like the DRC, where Marie comes from, where there's at least under 1 million people who've been displaced due to that violent conflict there, it will really help, would you say, Irene, to have more people, more pictures submitted?
It definitely, it will greatly assist in ensuring that people are aware of these services that are provided by the Red Cross and Red Crescent movement, so that they are able to reach out to a nearby Red Cross offices in their locality, so that they can get more guidance on how best they can get assistance.
Irene,
in that regard.
Well, all the best with that. Hopefully you get more and more submissions indeed, and we see more of those kinds of reunions. Thank you so much for sharing that with us this evening. That was Irene Mutombwa-Shumba she's the head of the South African Red Cross Society program.